This is your primetime forecast from Dr. Don's Weather. A huge thank you to our amazing partners who help make it all possible. Brandy Pike Photography, the Randolph County Commission, Inlow House Lodging, East Alabama Waste, Jimis's Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Broadcasting from the Alpha Weather Center and powered by The Oaks, Integrated Contractor Services, Stevens Home Furniture, N&W Locks, Venture Fence, Estate Masters, Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
And welcome to your Wednesday, East Alabama and West Georgia. It's time now for your primetime forecast for August 20th, 2025. Lake Wedowie's 8th annual Take a Veteran Fishing Day coming up on September 6th at Rice's Landing in Wedowie. You can volunteer as a boat captain or register as a veteran. Call Ken Bearden at 706-884-0494. This event's 100% free for all veterans. Lunch will be provided by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, and the public is welcome at weigh-in. Get in touch with Ken today to find out how you can be a part of this event. And big doings coming up in Opelika, Alabama on September 11th through the 16th at Southern Union down at the Opelika office. I was talking to Lafayette Chief Jim Duty yesterday, and boy, he is awfully excited about this year's Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Never Forget mobile exhibit hosted by the East Alabama Regional Training Association. He was telling me yesterday that he has 1,700 eighth graders scheduled to come through the exhibit between the 11th and the 16th. Now, that's huge. And also, I saw the proclamation that was issued by the governor of the state of Alabama, Ms. Kay Ivey, proclaiming this period as Tunnel to Towers days in the state of Alabama. This is a big deal, and you need to make your plans to come by and see the exhibit sometime between the 11th and the 16th. Now, we're going to be selfish and ask that you come on the 13th because we're going to be there broadcasting live, and we want to shake your hand, hug your neck, and have a good time with you on Saturday the 13th at Southern Union in Opelika. First time this exhibit has ever been in Alabama, and it's coinciding with this year's anniversary of September the 11th. So very special opportunity for you to come learn about history. You know, history will repeat itself if we don't learn from it and if we forget about it. So we made a promise when that happened so many years ago that we would never forget about it. And so this is your opportunity to remember that horrible day in history across the United States. So come by, hang out with us on the 13th. We're going to have a good time there, and we want you to be a part of this as well. Today's weather forecast is brought to you by Salem Auction House. They're going to have a big auction down there Friday night. This Friday night. They do it every Friday night. Starting at 7 p.m. They're located at 50 Lee County Road 175. You can give Joey a call at 706-315-7266 if you'd like more information. Best idea is just be there at 7 p.m. Friday night. Get ready to have a great time at a great auction at the Salem Auction House. And get your ducks in a row with Dukas. 256-831-7770 is the number to call to get your insurance needs taken care of across Alabama and Georgia. All right, we got to talk about some weather. We may have some strong thunderstorms this afternoon. The Storm Prediction Center has outlined a pretty good area there from western Texas all the way back through Louisiana, portions of Mississippi, and all the way into East Alabama, with a marginal risk of a severe thunderstorm this afternoon. Now, this is not going to be widespread. We're not looking at a major severe weather outbreak, but there is a chance that a handful of storms could get out of hand this afternoon. So be weather aware. It's been a minute since we've had a weather aware day. Well, today might be one of those. So make sure you have multiple ways of receiving severe weather information across Alabama, Mississippi, and all the way back into Texas. Southeast Alabama and most of Georgia, just looking at general scattered thunder this afternoon. Remember, folks, in August, you get under one of these thunderstorms, torrential rainfall, very dangerous lightning, and gusty winds are all going to be possible. And do yourself, your family, and everybody a favor. If water is covering a roadway, turn around. It blows my mind that people just keep right on just driving right through it, looking at everybody else like they're idiots, yet they're driving right through the middle of it. Folks, you don't know the condition of that road. Even if it's a major highway, it doesn't matter. We've got a major highway up here in northeast Georgia, flooded last Friday night. That thing's got a void under it you wouldn't believe. All it would have taken was one 18-wheeler to drive across it, and everybody would have been in a 30-foot gully. Don't drive across roadways with water across it. I know it's inconvenient to have to turn around and go a different way, but I would much rather be inconvenienced and alive than not inconvenienced and, pushing up daisies. Don't drive across a roadway that's got water across it. Even if it looks like it's just 1 inch or 2, you don't know the condition of the roadway. It's really not that hard to understand. Just don't do it. Err on the side of caution every single time. All right, let's look. That's my sermon for this morning. Here's the severe weather risk for today across Alabama. And you can see that it really is a level 1 out of 5, which means it's marginal, a very slight chance. But we could have a handful of storms get ugly this afternoon across Cleburne, Calhoun, part of Randolph, down into Clay, Talladega, portions of Tallapoosa on the west side, Coosa and Elmore. And that would be late this afternoon into early this evening. The threats here will be damaging winds, gusting up to 60 miles per hour. But again, understand, heavy rain's not part of a severe thunderstorm criteria, but that's going to be part of this afternoon's storm. So be mindful of those flooding situations. And again, what do I say? Don't drive across a roadway that's got water on it. And, be very mindful of your surroundings and situational weather awareness. A good idea this afternoon across Alabama. And looking at the temperatures, it's going to be warm again today, but we're not going to make heat advisory criteria. 94 in Birmingham. We'll make it to 95 in Tuscaloosa, 90 in Auburn, and Montgomery tops out this afternoon at 95 in Georgia. We're looking at the upper 80s across the northeast part of the state, maybe 88, 89 degrees, and then down across West Georgia. In Columbus, we're looking at 94, Valdosta, 93 degrees. Better chances of rain today in Georgia will be across northeast Georgia back into Atlanta metro. Here's the good news. We do have cooler temperatures on the way. Below normal temperatures are expected next week. Now, we're not talking winter here, or we're probably not even talking about fall. But comparatively speaking, we're going to be several degrees cooler as we get into next week, as we've got some drier air coming in behind a cold front, and it's going to make things feel much more pleasant across the southeastern United States. Does this mean that this is the end of summer? Probably not. I mean, it's August, and August and September are typically pretty warm across the southeastern United States. So I wouldn't get my winter coats out just yet, but certainly a pleasant change on the way next week with some much cooler air across Alabama and Georgia. Here's the big weather news story this morning. It's Hurricane Aaron. As of 5 a.m. on your Wednesday morning, the center was at 28.9 north, 73.3 west. Maximum sustained winds are down to 100 miles per hour. This was once a Category 4 hurricane, but it has lost some of its intensity. Movement is to the north-northwest at 13 miles per hour, and this forward motion is expected to turn more back to the northeast in time over the next 24 to 48 hours. And then kind of parallel the U.S. Atlantic coast back out into the northern Atlantic by 2 a.m. Monday morning. Now, we've been telling you, and this has been the forecast the whole time. There was a little bit of a jog to the west about 48 hours ago, and all of the fear-mongers started flipping out and posting all this nonsense on social media. That's normal, folks, in a hurricane forecast. But this thing still is not going to even come remotely close to making landfall on the United States. Now, the outer fringes of the tropical storm force winds will come close to the outer banks of North Carolina. So there was some evacuations up there, but you got to understand the elevation there is only about a foot above sea level. So those folks have to get out of there in a thunderstorm, much less a hurricane passing within about 300 miles. So that's pretty typical and normal stuff as well. Nothing out of the ordinary about this hurricane at all, and it is not going to be causing a major effect on the United States mainland. Rough seas, dangerous riptides, big, huge swells along the Atlantic coast, yes, absolutely so. But hurricane weather, yeah, it just ain't happening. This thing's going to stay far enough out to sea. It'll go between Bermuda and the United States as it turns back off to the northeast. Now, we are watching other disturbances right behind this one that potentially could be more of a threat to the United States, but that's at least 5 or 6 days out, and right now it's just way too early to tell exactly if there will be a threat at all. We'll keep a watch on that for you right here on Dr. Don's Weather. Taking a look at your current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms, currently 72 degrees outside. Feels like 73. It's going to be another warm day. Wind out of the north at 3, gusting to 4. Humidity at 95%. The barometric pressure at 29.96. Dew point is 70. The high temperature yesterday was pretty warm, 92 degrees. We have partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies out there this morning. Sunrise at 6:09, and the sun sets this evening at 7:23 p.m. 89 degrees will be the high temperature in Roanoke. The same for Carrollton, 88 in Ranburne, and Dadeville makes it to 90 this afternoon. Here's the 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. For your Wednesday, we're looking at a warm day. 89 degrees will be the high. A 40% chance of a shower or thunderstorm later on this afternoon. Again, 2 or 3 of those storms could become severe, and so a marginal level 1 risk of severe weather is in place for East Alabama, Central Alabama, and back into Mississippi. 40% chance of seeing a storm. 30% chance of rain tonight, down to 71. On Thursday, again, pretty much carbon copy of today, an isolated storm or two, 30% likely, 89 will be your high. On Friday, partly cloudy, 40% chance of afternoon thunderstorms, a little bit cooler at 86. And as we get into high school football kickoff Friday afternoon late into Friday evening, there could be a few showers or thunderstorms still rumbling around. So don't be completely shocked if we see a few games go into rain delay. Make sure you carry your raincoat, your ponchos with you to the ball games. Certainly, I don't think you need to change your plans to go support your local high schools, but just be aware that there could be a few storms around on Friday evening as we kick off high school football across the area. It's going to be a muggy night, low temperature of only 70 degrees, so it's going to be typical early high school football weather in August across the southeastern United States. It'll be hot and muggy with a few storms around. On Saturday, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, not a complete washout for your weekend at all. Plenty of dry hours. 84 the high on Saturday. Sunday, only a 30% chance of a storm, 85. And then Monday, 84 for your high. No chance of rain. Full-blown sunshine. A great weather day to start your next work week. And as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe even Thursday of next week, yeah, those temperatures are going to back off a bit, and we're going to be awfully close to that 80-degree mark, I think, by the time we get to Wednesday of next week. Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar Scanning the entire southeastern United States, no real major storms out there to note this morning. We do have a few scattered showers across central Alabama and on the western side of East Alabama. We have one shower there in Coosa County, just to the east of Rockford. And then we have some showers just south of Birmingham near Alabaster and a few sprinkles around Sylacauga and Childersburg this morning. Across the rest of East Alabama and West Georgia, we're not showing anything out there on radar at this hour. Get the What About shirts, the Dr. Don What About shirts. Also pick up a Thunder Buddy shirt. There you go. You can get both of these online at our weather store. The link is at the top of this video. Pick you up a shirt today. You'll be supporting Dr. Don's Weather, and we invite you to go over to Facebook and subscribe to us. It's only 99 cents a month. That would certainly help us take care of our obligations here at Dr. Don's Weather, and that goes a long way in keeping us streaming during times of severe weather. Don't forget to send us those weather pics. It's pix.drdonwx.com. Write that down somewhere. Save it on your phone. Next time you see a weather-related photograph, and that you let your imagination run wild with that, send it to me at that address, pix.drdonwx.com, so we can share it with everybody else. You can play a very vital role in keeping everybody safe by sharing those photographs with us so folks can see what's coming in their direction. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.
That's a wrap on your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia, broadcasting from the Owlful Weather Center and powered by The Oaks, Integrated Contractor Services, Stevens Home Furniture, N&W Locks, Venture Fence, The State Masters, Southern Union State Community College, The Venue at 5 Points Farms, and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is proudly supported by Brandy Pike Photography, the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Beazle Repair. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook. Share with your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We'll see you back in here tomorrow morning for another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.